Pierre, Billionaire Secret is a runner for you on the all-weather this Sunday afternoon. That was an excellent run in defeat last time on the turf under Ryan Moore. He flashed home strong.
Yeah, he did really well last start. It was a bit short for him last start, so you have to really do it from starting off the gate. The previous one, which is Jamie Carr was on, she did it brilliantly. We just not lucky enough to get that race. So now we stepping up in the 18 will be suitable for him.
Yeah, I mean, that was the race I really wanted to ask you about, of course, because that was his most recent all-weather run. I guess on that evidence, you'd have to say that he does handle it very well.
Yes, he does. With the weather condition, I think it's going to be better these few days, and hopefully he can do it.
He's tried this trip, Pierre, before. Back in December, he ran ninth. Are you plenty confident enough that 1,800 metres will suit?
1,800 is definitely suits him, and we just have to be patient, build up his momentum, and finish off really well in the straight.
He's got a really strong turn of foot, hasn't he, this horse, when he does let now?
Yeah, he does it. When he does it right, he's really strong.
On what you saw as a beaten rider behind him, how impressed were you?
Well, I was. Clearly I got it wrong. Not always going to get right? But, the thing with Lucky SWEYNESSE is, and like I said before the race, we don't know where his ceiling is yet. He's still improving, and he showed on again last start that certainly was the case. Now, I think California Spangle probably didn't turn up and give his best, but at the same time, Lucky SWEYNESSE clearly had him covered a long way out. It was a fairly soft win.
Zach, you've ridden a lot of good horses here, that goes without saying. We could talk for ages and a day discussing the horses that you have ridden, but have you ever known a horse rise as rapidly as this guy?
Oh, sure, there are a lot of horses that go through the ratings fairly quickly, right? He's not alone there, but he's a little bit unassuming in the fact that, he's not great out of the gates. You've got to ride him along a lot of the time to get a position, and that was still the case last start. James was lucky that there wasn't a lot of speed in the race because he did begin a bit sluggishly, but he was able to get his spot fairly comfortably because there just wasn't the pressure in the race. But he certainly doesn't help you from the gate, so that's always a concern with him. And then you don't really know what type of position you're going to get. And then as well as that, what is his best distance? Yeah. Is it 1,200? Is it 14? Could it be a mile? We're still trying to work that out as well.
I guess if we look at it from an assessor's point of view, he's only a pound below Golden 60 at this stage, 2 pounds higher than Wellington, who's a champion sprinter. So I guess the figures suggest that, as you say, we don't quite know where he's at just yet.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting to see how he would measure up against Golden 60, and maybe we'll see that at some stage. But the handicap is certainly rates him highly, and I suppose you got to on what he's done.
How has he felt coming into this weekend? Like you galloped him recently. The gallop visually, to those that weren't on board, of course, looked quite impressive.
Yeah, he's a gem to do anything with in the mornings. He's getting quieter and quieter as he progresses. It's so much so, he wants to stand around at the track in the morning and have a look, walking out and walking back. So I think he knows he's above average, and hopefully he can continue to keep winning.
Moving on to the horse that he beat last time, the horse you rode, of course, was California Spangle. My first question is, in your opinion, do you feel he's got the recognition he deserves as a Hong Kong mile winner? I'm sort of the opinion that he maybe doesn't get the full recognition. What's your take on it?
Well, he's always overshadowed by Golden 60, right? And rightly so. He's got an unbelievable record. He's the best horse we've probably seen here. He's won everything, and we have to keep coming up against him. So yeah, sure. There's always that part that Golden 60 is the better horse, and he sort of has to do something wrong on the day for us to beat him. But does that mean that California Spangle's not a great horse? No, it doesn't. He certainly is a very good horse. And when he's presented with the opportunity, he gets the job done himself.
And I guess what he has done and what he has achieved, a lot of horses would have to go a lifetime to try and do what he's done. I mean, he's run placed in derbies, he's won classic cups, he's won sprints, he's won miles. He's a bit out of the box, isn't he, really? He
is. If you sit down and have a look at his numbers and look at his record, he's a serious horse. But he's just been overshadowed by a giant. But I love riding him. He's a great horse to ride. He's a good horse to look at. He's got a great racing style, and he's still got a fair bit of racing ahead of him.
Yeah, you've certainly never hid your sort of affection for the horse and your admiration for his trainer. Tony Cruz has gone on record this week leading up to this meeting as being a little bit concerned regarding weather and ground. He's never raced on anything worse than good. I guess you don't know till you try, but How do you think a horse like him might operate on it? Should there be a little bit of dig in the ground?
It's hard to say. He generally trials all right on the all-weather track, and sometimes they can give us a little bit of a guide. But he is so brilliant on top of fast ground that it would be something to consider. And obviously, he has to give the 5 pound weight penalty away in this race to the other runners. So that always evens things up a little bit as well.
I guess all in all, they both come through their races well. It's 2 very nice trials leading into the end of April.
Yeah, they're both in good form. They're both fit and healthy, and they're ready to go.
John Red Lion is a runner for you this weekend. He was impressive last time out over the 1400 metres. He did it very well in victory.
Yeah, he probably needs a little bit of speed on in the races to help him out. He's can be a bit strong in the run, but normally 1400, sharp 10, they run along a decent tempo, and should finish the race off strongly. He did that last time, and he looked good in winning, so hopefully he'll win another one.
What was Zach's impression of the horse? Obviously he'd ridden him before, but he showed a ready turn of foot to put the race to bed last time.
Yeah, he did. I think it was a suitable event in the way the race was run, and he was able to show his strength. But he's just shows a bit of speed out of the gate, and I think the first 400 he's got to manage somewhat, and then he's okay after that.
Talking of that speed out of the gate, he showed a ready turn of foot in a recent trial to make all on the Wagner Borges. He looked good in doing that, and I guess he would have needed to now going up in grade.
Yeah, Class 2s, they can all run in Class 2s. There's no slow ones there. They're always very competitive. But as I say, if he gets a chance and he's able to use his strength in the finish, he'll probably win at the bottom of Class 2 when things go his way.
Frankie Law, Run Buddy, has been doing a good thing for you in your stable recently. He's won his last couple and he's now up in grade. Will run again on Sunday. How is the horse?
The horse is still in good form. Now it's go up to Class 3 to see if he got a good draw, should be better for him. Yeah.
He's made all the running. He's had the 4 runs, and ever since he's gone to the front, he's looked very good. Has that been by design, or just the way that races have panned out for him?
Yeah, I think he got some gate speed and his big stripe. I think he can lead or he can sit second, third. But if he can lead, I think it should be better for him at this moment.
You mentioned that gate speed. I went back and had a look at his last 2 wins. It's a noticeable trait, isn't it, with him? He can be very quick out of the starting stalls.
Yes.
Has he always shown you that?
When you win the first run, he also lead by himself. So the last one, I also ask the jockeys, if you can lead, we can lead by himself. Yeah.
I did notice Frankie on his most recent run, he'd put on a little bit of weight from his first win.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the horse sort of strengthen up and develop as he's gone through his career so far?
Last time he draw 14. For me, he's and then he put on some more weight. A little bit difficult for him before. So, and when he raced in that day, he did by himself quite smooth. So I think he got a chance. So he win the race also. Yeah.